Today I am going to teach you about matrix. Let's learn what is matrix, how to create a matrix, how to give names to your rows and columns of your matrix, and how to access the elements of your matrix followed by arithmetic operations and functions applied on your matrix. So let's start. What is matrix? Matrix is a two-dimensional object or an array which contains same type of value. It is also one of the building blocks and data structure in R. So let's first learn how to create a matrix. Matrix can be created by using matrix function. So let's say I wanted to create a null matrix and store the result in example 1. So matrix function, within that no arguments are passed. Let's create this matrix. So you can see that matrix is created with NA, means nothing or missing, with one row and one column by default. But what if I want specific value to be present in a matrix with certain rows and certain columns? So for that you have to use matrix function, within which first argument will be your source value which you want to place in your matrix, followed by number of rows and number of columns. So let's see. So here I want to create a matrix with value as 1 with 2 rows and 2 columns. So in that case, first argument is my source value, which is 1 here, followed by 2, 2. So you can see in my console, I have a matrix created. Now let's say I wanted to create a matrix with values ranging from 1 to 9. Now, as you know, total number of values will be 9. So here, the dimension of your matrix, that is, number of rows and number of columns, would be 3 by 3. So here, first argument is 1:9, followed by 3 as number of rows and 3 as number of columns. So let's create a matrix with the name M1. So you can see that I have my matrix created, but usually we expect the values to be present row wise. But surprisingly, you can see that values in a matrix by default is populated in a column wise manner. So you can see that in first column you have values as 1, 2, 3, followed by second column in which 4, 5, 6, followed by third column 7, 8, 9. Now what if I want to have values in a row wise manner? So in that case you have to change the argument by row set to true. By default this argument by row is set to false, which is making your values populated in a column wise manner. But if you change it to true, then values will be populated in your matrix in a row wise manner. Let's have a look. Now you can see that values are populated in your 3 by 3 matrix in a row wise manner. Now, what if I want to give names to your matrix? So in that case, there are different ways. First way, while creating the matrix only, I want to give the names to my rows and columns. So to do so, I have to use the argument dim names. So dim names equal to list, and within that I have to use C function. First, I have to give my row names followed by column names. So this dim names argument I have used with my rest of the arguments, that is my source, number of rows and number of columns. So let's create this matrix M3. Now you will see that I have names applied for every row and every column. Now what if already a matrix is created and later I want to apply names to my matrix rows and columns? So in that case, let's see an example. So I have this unity matrix in which I have to give names to my 2 rows and 2 columns. So in that case, I can use the function dim names on my matrix and then I can assign names to these rows and columns. So you have to use list function in the bracket, C function. First, you have to give names to your rows, close the bracket, followed by comma, followed by again C function, and you have to give the names to your column names. So let's have a look. So now you can see that I have 2 rows. For that, names are taken as row 1 and row 2, and for columns, the names are your col 1 and col 2 as given in my piece of code. Now let's create another matrix with the name sales_info. In this matrix, I have different regions available and name of different salespersons available in the column. So regions are in the rows and salesperson names are in columns. Now with that, I can show you that these values are your sales values, let's say in lakhs. So 70 indicates 70 lakhs, 55 indicates 55 lakhs, so on and so forth. I wanted to create this sales info matrix. How to do so? So let's have a look. Now as you know, by default, values in your matrix are populated column wise. Now, so I have to take my source value in that way in case if I don't want to change my by rows equal to true. So in that case, in the C function, you can see first value is taken as 70, followed by next row value is 60, then followed by next row value is 65, followed by next row value is 50, followed by the second column, first row value is 55, then next row value is 72. Likewise, I have a missing value NA. NA has to be taken as it is. Please don't take NA in quotation. NA indicates here missing. So in similar lines, you have to take your values in C function because these are your discrete values. After that, please close your bracket, followed by comma, followed by number of rows, followed by number of columns. Then you have a comma and then use the dim names argument to provide names to your rows and columns. So in the list function, within the C function, first give names to your rows, close the bracket, followed by comma, you give the names to your columns again in your C function. Then close all the relevant brackets. Let's have a look. So now you can see that our sales info matrix is ready. Now next is how to access elements of your matrix. Now matrix is a 2-dimensional object. So obviously you will have in the matrix, first you have to give positions or names for your rows in your square bracket, followed by comma, followed by either column positions or column names. Now you can see the syntax: matrix, square bracket, R comma C. R stands for row, C stands for column. Now for example, you want to access only the first row. So first row with all columns. So in that case, in the square bracket, I can give 1 comma and I need not give all the column names. If I do not give any column names, that means that I want to access all the columns with their respective value. So obviously that respective values will be for first row. Now let's have a look. So you can see that for the first row, all the column values are accessed. Now next is, I want to access third column. So you can see in the third column, I have, let's say, third column, I have 4 rows. So it means if I do not specify anything at the row position, so all the rows will be considered, followed by a comma, followed by your column number. In our case, it is 3. So you can see for all the columns, for this third column, all respective row values are accessed. Now let's say I wanted to access first row to third row for all the columns. So in that case, sales info, matrix name, square bracket, followed by all rows of first to third. So we can use 1:3 followed by comma. And after comma, nothing will be given because it is not mentioned which column values. It means all the column values for first to third row. So you can see that for first to third row, all column values are accessed. What if I want to access first row and third column? So I have row position also available, column position also available. So obviously the value which will be accessed will be at the intersection of first row and third column. So how to write this? Sales info, square bracket. Then you have to in this one, first and third column values I have to access. So in that case, sales info, square bracket, comma, C function 1,3. It means discrete column positions I have to access. Now let's say I have to access the elements for Chennai. So Chennai, as you know, it is in the row position. Okay. So for all the elements of Chennai, how to get that? Sales info square bracket in quotation, I have to give Chennai because it is in row, followed by comma, followed by none of the column names. It means I want to access the values for all the columns. So you can see this. Now let's see, I wanted to access sales values for Ravi and Rakesh. So this is by using names. Ravi and Rakesh, they are present in column. So we wanted all the sales for Ravi and Rakesh. It means all the rows. So in that case, anything before comma is not required. But after comma, I have to give Ravi and Rakesh using the C function as they are your discrete column names. Now next is, I wanted sales of Hyderabad and Kochi, which you have to solve. Now you can solve your challenges in matrix, followed by, suppose you have to access sales of Bangalore and Chennai for Ram and Rakesh. This is also your assignment. Now let's move to the next topic, that is arithmetic operations on matrix. Now matrix is a two-dimensional object or an array. So here, although we have 2 dimensions, but whatever arithmetic operations you perform, it will be performed on all your elements of your matrix. So let's say if I do sales info, that is the name of my matrix, plus 100, it means all the elements of my matrix will get incremented by 100, and as per the code, it is only for the display purpose. So you can see this. Similarly, suppose you want to decrement the element of your matrix by 100 every time. So you can see this. Similarly, if you want to multiply your matrix by 100, so it means every time for every element, the matrix is multiplied by 100. And similarly, if you divide your matrix with certain value, so every elements get divided by that particular value. So you can see I have divided my matrix with 100. Now next is your functions applied on your matrix. All functions which we have seen in the case of vector can also be applied in terms of matrix with certain other functions as well. Like for example, if you wanted to calculate the average sales info, so I can apply mean function. Now suppose average sales done by Ram. Ram is a salesperson. So first of all, as it talks about sales done by Ram, so I have to access first the elements of Ram. So that can be easily done with the help of sales info matrix followed by square bracket. In the comma, in quotation, I have to give the name of my salesperson. Now please see, I have to find out the mean. So on top of this, mean function is applied. So you can see that mean for sales info for Ram is 61.25. Similarly, suppose you are looking forward to find out the maximum sales for Hyderabad region. As we know, regions are present in row. So first, the objective should be to access the elements for your Hyderabad, and then on top of that, max function can be applied. Now, there could be other functions also, such as min, sum, absolute, so on and so forth. Now let's learn how to find out row names and column names of your matrix. So in that case, first function is dim names function. Dim names function will give you row names as well as column names for that matrix. So you can see that first is your row names followed by your column names. Now what if I only want to access my row names? So in that case, row names function, in the bracket you have sales info. This is giving us all the names present in my row. Then suppose I want to access column names for my matrix. Then I can use call names function on my matrix to get me the column names. What if you are looking forward to find out number of rows and number of columns in a matrix? Then you can use dim function to get this information. You can see that. And let's say you wanted to find out number of rows and number of columns present in your matrix. So you can use nrow function to get number of rows on your matrix and ncol function to get number of columns in my matrix. Now, this one is little interesting. I wanted to know whether my Bangalore sales of Ram is greater than that of Bangalore sales of Ravi or not. So in such cases, first you have to access the elements. So Bangalore sales of Ram means sales info is the name of matrix, square bracket in quotation Bangalore, followed by comma, followed by Ram. Ram is a salesperson present in the column. Then please close the square bracket. Then you have to give greater than operator followed by sales info in the square bracket. You have to access the elements for Bangalore for Ravi. So if individually, if you execute this piece of code, you can see Bangalore sales for Ram and Bangalore sales for Ravi. Now I have to find out whether my Bangalore sales of Ram is greater than that of Bangalore sales of Ravi or not. So in that case, in between these two piece of code, I have to use greater than symbol, and then when I execute this piece of code, I get my result in terms of true or false. Now similarly, my next question is to find out average sales done for Bangalore, Hyderabad and Kochi by Ravi. So before we do, let's have a look on my matrix. Now see, for Bangalore, Hyderabad and Kochi, for Ravi, if you see, for Kochi, your sales value is missing. But I wanted to find out average sales. So when I apply mean function will do not process your results if you have missing value. So to get your mean or average calculated for the sales value, use na.rm equal to capital T to ignore your missing value. Now you can see that you got your average sales calculated as 55 for Ravi for location such as Bangalore, Hyderabad and Kochi. Now what if I want to calculate total sales for every region? Every region means for Bangalore I want total sales, for Hyderabad, similarly for Chennai, similarly for Kochi, I want the total sales calculated. So it means I am looking forward for row wise sum. So this task could be done in different ways. One way is by using the apply function, which we'll see shortly. Otherwise, you can use row sums function. But before that, if I access the Bangalore element and if I apply sum, so it gives me 235. Similarly, if I try finding it manually by using the sum function, it will take a lot of time. For 4 regions, 4 times I have to write this with the relevant region. But suppose if you want to automate this task, you can use the apply function. Apply functions are generic functions which are used to apply specific functions either on every rows or on every columns. So you can see the syntax of apply followed by your matrix name, followed by your margin, followed by your function name. How to use this? So first of all, let's understand here margin is used for indicating either all rows or all columns. So when I want this specific function to be applied on all rows, I can use margin as 1. If I want the operation to be performed column wise, then I can use the margin as 2. So you can see I wanted for every region total revenue calculated. So I can use apply. First argument is the sales info, followed by 1 as the margin, followed by the function as sum, and na.rm equal to t, because my data has missing value. So you can see that for every region total sales is calculated. Now suppose now you want to calculate average of every salesperson. So in that case, we wanted to perform this average column wise. So you can use apply function with the matrix name, comma, margin as 2, because 2 indicates your columns, followed by comma and the function name, followed by na.rm equal to t, so that if any missing values are there, they are ignored. So the same task can be achieved by row sums and col sums function. Row sums will calculate row wise total and col sums will calculate column wise total. So this is what I have to discuss in your matrix session. I hope you liked this session